Hello everyone, welcome to a quick review on the Gateron Luciolas. So before we begin, these switches are sent over by Squishy Types for review, but in no way will it affect my review. Then again, as I always say, this is a very subjective hobby, so take everything that I say with a grain of salt. Alright, these are Gateron Luciolas, one of the newer switches offering from Gateron, and actually, they are marketing these switches as switches that glow in the dark. And upon testing, yes, it does glow in the dark, although it made me wonder which keyboard build would you actually be maximizing or utilizing that feature. Probably if you're going with clear keycaps. Other than that, then probably it's just a quote-unquote gimmick. Alright, with that being said, these are awesome switches. I really love them. Alright, so for a quick conclusion, these switches are on the clackier side of the spectrum. They are buttery smooth, really smooth, and really good. The typing feel is awesome as well with the 22mm double stage spring. Alright, so where can you get them? You can get them at Squish Types if you're in the Philippines. It costs about 36 pesos per switch, and that is a bit expensive, on the expensive side of the spectrum. On the other hand, if you're outside the Philippines, for my international viewers out there, they are also available in Kinetic Labs. And again, we've recently been affiliated with Kinetic Labs, so do click on the link if you want to purchase from Kinetic Labs, and you will be helping this channel so much. It costs $52 for a set of 70 switches, which comes in at around $0.75 per switch. Again, more on the expensive side. Alright, for the breakdown of the material, they say that the Luciolas are similar to the very popular Gateron Inc. Blacks V2, and which at first I thought that these switches were going to be deep sounding and talky, because the Inc. V2s are very popular for being deep sounding and talky. And yet, to be honest, I've tried those switches, but I've never actually owned a set because I felt that it was too muted from the times that I've tried them from other builds of my friends. These, however, are not talky, they are not muted, they are very clacky and a bit loud. Alright? I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the difference between the Inc. V2s and the Luciolas would be that this one houses a double stage 22mm spring, and it has a stem that is a bit on the long pole side. So the stem is on 13.4mm on my measurement, which it's not the longest, but it's on the long pole side of the spectrum. So these are supposed to be factory lube, but when I open them, there's a very light lube on the pole and on the bottom housing, but I don't see or I don't feel any lube on the side railings or on the stem itself. Which is a good thing, because nowadays there are factory lube switches that tend to be over lubed. These one are very lightly lubed, and yet it's buttery smooth. One of the smoothest linears that I've tried. Alright? Sound profile. I've seen a review. There are not much review out there as of the moment, but I've seen a review who described the sound profile of these switches as the sound of the spray paint can when you shake it, which has a metal ball inside. And I kind of agree. The sound is kind of a bit like that. It's clacky on the thinner clacky side of the spectrum. It's not that deep clacky or that whole sounding clacky sound. It's clacky definitely, but on the thinner side of the spectrum. Is that bad? Actually, no. I like it. I love it. I really love it. It sounds really, really unique. So I love it. I love the sound. Clacky and crisp, very clean, although a bit thin sounding, if that bothers you, but for me, I love it. Alright, super smooth, super smooth. So that's my quick review. These are awesome switches. Do check them out, especially if you're going for that green build, or if you want that glow in the dark feature of this keycap of these switches. By all means, you won't regret it. The only downside for me personally is that it's a bit on the expensive side of the spectrum. But other than that, awesome, awesome. Gateron Luciolas, highly recommended. Thank you for watching and supporting this channel, guys. I hope to see you in the next video. This is Talkie Doki signing out.